Hey everyone, UVA Josh 1. I got back a little early from my Memorial Day weekend holiday, so I had a little time to film this review, so I thought I'd do it. Anyway, this is the XM Hawkeye statue that I just got week and a half ago, but I haven't really had time to do a review, so I found this time. So let's get right to it, shall we? So, starting with the packaging and how he arrived. Comes with this really cool art print, as you can see here. And again, second consecutive statue in a row that XM has included directions on how he should be put back in the box. So again, a great little extra that XM throws in there, and of course, the always very, very sturdy XM box. Now, back over to the statue. So, first and foremost, he is a beautiful piece. This is really a fantastic piece by XM, and I'm going to start with the base. So he comes on, the base actually is not super heavy, but that's okay. I'm just going to give it a little spin around here. There are a couple ways that you can display him on the base. You can display him as I have him here, which I think is a bit more impressive way to display him. You can also display him lower down, which I'll also stop the video in a little while to show you how you do that. So let's just get in a little closer on some of the features here. So this is the first arrow. This is the classic bow, excuse me. Now, getting back to the base, he's standing on this pipe with this glass fire hydrant sort of in ruins that and I think the base is great. It's not that complex, but it's really fantastic for its utility and display options. Now we're getting on to the actual statue itself. Fantastic sculpt. Detail is amazing, and I'm going to zoom in on some of the really great details. This is the costume with the wrinkles sculpted in. Again, always adds that level of realism. You have the details, the veins in the arms, etc. Head sculpt's fantastic. I'm going to spin him around in a minute to show him a little bit more. You can see the lower part of his tunic, so to speak, is flying as if wind's underneath it. Now I'm going to get a little closer. So this piece right here is removable, and there are a couple of magnets, one up here where it inserts into the quiver, and then one around the side which inserts into the lower part of the quiver that you can see down there. So this piece is separate. The bow and hand come separately, and this string is sort of an elastic string that you pull back and you actually insert into his fingers over here. So this allows you to position it just so. It comes with a couple different arrow options, which I'll get to in a moment. These are the other two arrows. You have the sort of exploding missile type arrow, and these arrows are real metal. So again, great feature, adds to the level of realism. It's kind of heavy, the tip is heavy here, so again, these are metal. The shafts are metal, again, reducing the likelihood of any breakage, so that's great, and also of course adding to the realism. Not sure what type of arrow this is in terms of what it's supposed to do, but again, this is another Hawkeye type of arrow. One of my fellow collectors, Mad X Collector, displayed this piece with him firing all three arrows. It's not really designed to do that per se, but you can kind of finagle it to display them like that. Although my son, who's a big Hawkeye fan, was very quick to point out that they're not supposed to be displayed vertically when he's shooting 3 at a time. It's more horizontal. But anyway, if you want to display them that way, you can do that. So this is the compound bow, the more modern bow, and you can see where it attaches here at the forearm. Now I am not displaying him with this one yet. I was told not to. Apparently this particular string was attached or wound a bit too tightly, so XM actually is going to be sending out a replacement string for this, so that there's no risk of breaking, where it attaches up here if it's pulled too tight, etc. So I am not going to be displaying him this way, and unfortunately I can't show you guys how it displays with this, because I guess mine was in one of the batches that this was put on a bit too tightly. So I have to kind of wait until I get the replacement string before I attach him. But the good news is I can show you how it comes packaged, and you can see here how you've got this protective tissue paper and this sucker. That's I don't know if you can see on the video. There's this little wrap tie holding this in place. Again, protecting it so that it doesn't bend or break. And again, this is a great evidence of their packaging ability. Now, getting back to the base, this little piece comes off. So if you want to display him lower, you remove him from here and you insert him right here, and then you don't need this. But of course, if you're displaying him like I am, you put this sucker right there, covers up the hole, voila. Also, as you'll see in a minute when I show you the other way, this particular piece comes off. Okay, so it's removable, it attaches here. You just remove it, and then his foot rests where this was, where the attachment was. Okay, so now that I've kind of shown you mostly about the pieces, and you can see here, this is where the arrow inserts right into. There's a little hole right here in between the second and third finger where the arrow inserts. So that's a really nice way to do it, very realistic. And then you can see the arrow, the shaft just rests on top of his thumb over here. Now, of course, when you have the compound bow, it's going to be a little bit different setup. The arrow is going to sit over here. Anyway, that's just the way that goes. So now, on to the sculpt. Let me do a bit of a spin around here. I apologize for the Avengers Earth Mightiest Heroes music in the background. I couldn't think of anything else to play, so anything else that I already haven't played, so that's playing in the background. So I'm just going to do a spin around now so you can see all the really cool details on this bad boy. And very cool. You got the little H symbol there. You see all the detail here with the pouches on his quiver, the H right underneath. Very leather looking component there. I mean, these are just great details that XM is, really going the extra mile as always to incorporate. So let's keep going. Now, none of those arrows are all sculpted, by the way. They don't come out, but again, very nice touch. By the way, the quiver attaches in the back. The quiver attaches in the back. There's a little, I'm not going to take it off because it's already all set up, but there's a little sort of male part where it inserts into the female little slot on his back. So this inserts there like that with a magnet. So in a moment I'm going to stop. Just want to get a couple close-ups of his portrait in the right lighting. So I think they did a fantastic job on this portrait. Some have stated they think it's not like the comic enough. I'm not really sure about those guys. Those are more purists, but I think it's fantastic. I think they did a great job on this portrait. Really looks fantastic to me. Okay, I'm just going to back out now. I'm going to pause the video for a moment so I can set him up at the lower level. Now I'm just going to do just pull away so you get an idea of the presence of him when he's displayed like this. If you have the room, this, in my opinion, is the way to display him. Okay guys, I'm going to pause and we're going to come back when he's displayed the other way. Okay guys, I'm back and here he is, Hawkeye displayed at the lower level. And again, this is if you're trying to save space. I don't know if he'll fit in a Besta this way. I don't really plan on putting him inside a Besta cubicle. So I can't answer that question for those of you guys who want to ask it. But it appears he might, you may have to adjust the shelves a little bit on a Besta to get him to fit, because that height of that top of the bow might be too high. But anyway, this is the more compact way, but in my opinion the less impressive way of displaying him. And you can see over here, this is the little piece that you just, you know, put right there. Sits right there. Okay? So that covers up the hole, and again, XM thinks of everything. I want to show you guys, this is the commemorative coin, which they're going to be doing away with very shortly. So I think after Thor's the last piece that's going to have the coin. After that, there aren't going to be any, but it's not a big deal. It didn't really matter to me. So anyway, back to my overall assessment of this awesome piece. So production quality, 10 out of 10. Perfect as usual. You know, he's heavy. He's maybe not quite as heavy as the others, but he's by far and away very he's heavy enough. Sculpt is fantastic. I really think it's a 10 out of 10 with regard to sculpt. Tons and tons of details here on the sculpt. The pose is perfect. I think they really captured how an archer would stand and balance himself, you know, with perfect sort of balance in his lower body and upper body, staying very quiet. He would definitely have his abs contracted, which he does have here. You can see Hawkeye's abs are contracted to stabilize his core. These are all things that are biomechanically very accurate. So fantastic sculpt. And paint, again, no complaints. The paint is 10 out of 10 for me. I don't have any issues with it. I think it's really, really beautiful. They did a fantastic job on the paint. Details, 10 out of 10. All the details that you could ever want are here. And you know, again, the arrows are great. They're metal, they're heavy, they're not going to break. So overall, I would give this piece a 9.5 out of 10. And you may ask, well, you just gave everything 10 out of 10. Why are you giving overall a 9.5 out of 10? The reason is I don't think there's any such thing as a perfect statue. That's just my rating scale. For you guys, it may be a 10 out of 10. I mean, heck, even the Doom Premium Format Exclusive, I'd probably give a 9.9 out of 10. So, you know, there should be more detail on the armor. So, I can't really give it a 10 out of 10, although it's pretty much as far as you could get. If I was able to display this bow, it'd probably be a 9.9 out of 10. So that's just a temporary thing until they get me the proper string. But even this, I mean, if you look here, let me just show you guys real quick before I end the video. This thing spins. This is made of metal, I believe. Yep, it's metal as well. So again, look at this. This thing really spins, and it's made of metal. So this is a fantastic piece. If he was more of an A-list character, I think everyone in their right mind would be getting all over this guy. He is sold out, but he's not an A-lister, so some people aren't as excited. But I really think this, you know, I think Magneto, of course, for me, that's such an amazing statue. Is, to me, XM's best, but this is a very, very close second. So if you guys have an opportunity to pick this up, if you're an Avengers fan, I would get all over this thing. It is sold out. I think when more people are going to get this in hand, he's going to shoot up in price. So if you have an opportunity, I would highly recommend you guys pick this up. So anyway, this is my review on XM Hawkeye. Fantastic piece. Very good job, guys, and hope you guys are enjoying the holiday weekend here in the U.S. And the rest of other parts of the world, hope you guys are just having a great weekend. Take care, and see you next time.